Now, on this program last week, right after the Iowa straw poll, the much hyped Iowa straw poll, I should say, Roger Simon was one of the guests and talked about how Ron Paul, who almost beat Michelle Bachmann, finished second by 150 votes, wasn't getting much attention. Jon Stewart is among those who picked up on that. Let's roll the tape.
We have a top tier. It is Mitt Romney, Rick Perry, and Michelle Bachmann.
We have a new top tier, and it's Perry, Mitt Romney, and Bachmann.
There's now a top tier in this race, at least for now, of Romney, Perry, and Bachmann.
I think that's fair to say.
David Sirota, what explains Michelle Bachmann appearing on 5 Sunday shows the next morning and Ron Paul being shut out?
Because Ron Paul doesn't fit the narrative. And we were talking about other narratives that are embedded in our media debate in this country, our political debate. Ron Paul is an anti-war, pro-drug legalization, pro-civil liberties Republican. That doesn't fit into not just Republican politics. It frankly, unfortunately, doesn't really fit into much of Democratic politics either. And so he's being sort of written out of the story because he can't be put through the prism necessarily of that red versus blue summer camp color war idea that dominates so much of our politics. It's really sad because here's a guy who has had political success, who by every other metric that any candidate would be judged by would be included in as a front runner, or at least in the debate about who is going to win or could win the Republican nomination.
Yeah, I'm disagreeing with David on this. There's a couple things. You know, first off, he's not very well thought of in the polls. One of the reasons he has a national presence is because the media built him up in 2008 because we all got web traffic off of it anytime you put Ron Paul in a headline. That is one of the dirty secrets of this business, right? We built him up. Another issue here is that he's 76 years old, and I think that if this were a 55-year-old candidate who was making all of, you know, this platform, having this sort of liberal Republican platform on a lot of social issues, he would have a much better chance of getting
it's not, look, I think Ron Paul gets the press he deserves. Because, number one, it's not like we haven't been down this road before. He's run for president a couple times. He wins straw polls or performs well in them. He raises a lot of money.
But that can be a self-fulfilling prophecy if you decide in advance that he's not going to win the nomination.
Well, the other thing, though, is he is, again, the last time that Republicans had a foreign policy like Ron Paul's, it was Tom Dewey. He is out of touch with Republican mainstream foreign policy. He's not going to be president.
I have one more piece of videotape I need to play, but I should mention that we invited Ron Paul on this program to talk about this very subject. He declined. He also declined an invitation from CNN State of the Union last week. So there are opportunities he is missing. Now, here is Fox News' Martha McCallum talking to Ron Paul about an ad that read in a Texas paper. Let's take a look.
One question surfaced in the Austin Chronicle, and that question was in the form of an ad that is said to be from a Ron Paul supporter, and the question is, have you ever had sex with Governor Rick Perry? And it goes on to say, are you a stripper, an escort, or just a young hottie impressed by an arrogant, entitled governor of Texas? What's your response, what's your campaign's response to this coming from one of your supporters?
Well, I don't know how something like that qualifies as a question on national TV, as if it's something serious.
Should those kind of unsubstantiated charges in an ad be raised on national TV?
Well, that's, I mean, it's a supporter. Is it somebody that works for his campaign? I mean, he didn't give a lot of information
as far as I can determine.
That was surprising to me. I hadn't seen that. I would say that, you know, how many supporters of another candidate are raising questions about other candidates? That seems a little ridiculous.
And in the process, it smears Rick Perry by raising these allegations that so far nobody has supported, and I was surprised to see it out there as well. Let me get a break.